Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wind Down Friday. Today, our special guest is Timothy Han, CEO of SemiQ. Hi, Timothy. Welcome aboard. Thanks a lot for being here. How are you?
Hi, Mauricio. I appreciate your invitations, and yeah, it's first time in front of public, but I try to my best of efforts to answer your questions, and maybe we have some fun time here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate it. So you have a lot of experience, 30 years of experience with semiconductor devices, silicon carbide power devices, power module, and so advanced power systems, power electronics systems. So you are actively managing in design and the development of the silicon carbide MOSFETs. So could you share a brief presentation about you, about your 30 years of experience in semiconductor devices, such as silicon carbide?
Yeah, actually, my engineering background is not start from the power semiconductors. Before I started to join in silicon carbide world, actually I developed my engineering careers in the optoelectronics and telecommunication and data communication areas almost for 20 years. Um, I started work at government research organizations in South Korea. It's called the ETRI, the Electronics and Telecommunication Research Institute. Over there, I developed semiconductor lasers and photodetectors with the indium phosphide materials for
Okay.
optical fiber communications almost for 10 years. Um, After I came to North America, I joined at AT&T Bell and I developed 10 gigabit per second optical transceiver, a so-called transponder. And I also work with a team for the ASIC chip development for telecom and data communication network, including one of the startup company and QLogic and so on. So it's basically my career background is really not a power, it was a telecom. Uh, in 2008, right after the telecom bubble bursting and the storage area network is boomed up, I was looking for something new, and I decided to change my careers to join at Global Power Technology Group as a founding members. And in 2019, the company changed the name from Global Power to SemiQ. So that's how I end up. So I spent like almost 15 years now in the silicon carbide world. So I really start from the scratch. I didn't know anything about silicon carbide in the beginning, but I penetrate into that world one by one. And finally, I deeply involved in design development in the silicon carbide, the Schottky diode, MOSFET device. And then we use those device into the power module product. So, so it's a 15 years is a very dynamic experience.
Mhm.
And so as of today, so SemiQ offering a lot of product, 18 different known good die for silicon carbide device. And we have 49 silicon carbide diode product. And we have 9 MOSFET discrete and 16 MOSFET module. So it's my career is very dynamically changed, but
Mhm.
I'm so excited to be a part of this silicon carbide world. Thank you.
Good. So over the past few decades, so the field, the landscape of power electronics has seen significant advancements. So how has the landscape of power electronics evolved during this year? So may you share a nice project or projects or achievements in your career that highlight the impact of silicon carbide technology in particular?
Yes, as you mentioned, that the power semiconductor industry has evolved continuously for last couple of decades. And especially the wide bandgap device like a silicon carbide, MOSFET, and the GaN HEMT, it changed the landscape of power electronics in a performance and the cost perspective. So especially the silicon carbide MOSFET demonstrate the power converter inverter operation at high temperatures and high voltage with a high power conversion efficiency. And in early stage of silicon carbide development, I believe it's about in year 2010. And I work with the engineering team of Oak Ridge National Lab, in North America. And we built a first three-phase motor drive inverters with a silicon carbide. Because at that time, just barely silicon carbide MOSFET sample was available, and nobody really demonstrated in the real system and how it is impact and how it can be differentiated in the industry. So we built that inverters and tested the system in the different actually coolant temperature, minus 20 degrees C to up to 90 degrees C, and we checked the power conversion efficiency. And I was surprisingly the no degradation at all. It was kind of a shock at the time, and the power conversion efficiency it was like over at that time 96, 97%. So it's a huge difference compared to the IGBT. So that was kind of a really amazing moment for my career. And I decided, I dedicated to the silicon carbide industry. So in the beginning, I started from the silicon carbide applications, as I mentioned, converter and inverters, but we decided to change instead of the developing system because the industry was not matured. So we changed the direction and we decided to become the device company. So it's a fabless device company. So that's basically about 13, 14 years ago. And from there, so SemiQ is like a continuously grow. And the biggest concern in the silicon carbide industry was not the design. And all the process was totally different than silicon. And even though we developed successfully, the critical pieces was have like a good quality device. So it's a screening out the weak device because of crystal defect or wafer fab issues, oxide quality issues. So there are many, many quality problems. So it's a non-good die selection was really, really difficult and a critical task to be achieved. So it's the SemiQ and our engineering team build an in-house reliability testing and quality control system based on the high-rel business in the former the CEO. So that's the way we change the game and we provide, we call the bulletproof power device. It's never fail in the field. That's kind of a company motto and the goal to support this industry.
So balancing technical expertise with leadership responsibilities is important, is a crucial aspect of management, effective management. So maintaining a hands-on approach through continuous learning, fostering opening communication with the technical teams, and also so delegating a strategic task. So you are CEO of SemiQ. How do you balance the technical aspects of your work with the leadership's responsibilities?
That's very actually challenging. I started from engineer, right? So when I will work at ETRI, the government institute, I also studied at KAIST, Korea Advanced Institute in Science and Technology, for my doctoral degree. So basically, I trained myself to execute multiple jobs for 5 years. So I really enjoyed to do the multitask, and I had no problem to do that. So even though when I were as a design engineers I've come to here, and at the same time, I was also very curious about the issues and concerns of end users of our product. So, and I visited many customers and listening carefully what's the issues and problem. And I want to be a problem solver and solution providers. And my intellectual curiosity basically drive me to run the new area of business. So since I spent almost 30 years in the engineering side, I have no problem to the engineering. But just as you mentioned, running the company as a senior leadership is a totally different area. So I'm still in the running stage as a president of SemiQ. But luckily, I have a good mentor. He's Dr. Carl Johnson, who was the founder of 26 Incorporations and served as board members and president and the chairman of 26 almost 40 years. So he's my advisor and private tutor to leading the SemiQ in the right directions. So I'm so lucky, and he encouraged me, and we work together. So, and we have a strong leadership team to support my role. So that's the kind of teamwork and, leading the way. It's not because of me, but I enjoy to run the new things. And I see a lot of different aspects, but daily I enjoy my life.
Good. So, Timothy, outside of work, what are your interests, hobbies that contribute to your work-life balance? So, any planning for the next weekend?
Yeah, obviously, as a president, it's a lot of stress and a lot of dedication of time for the work. So, but I have to balance as you mentioned, the life and work. Uh, I enjoy playing racquetball about 2 to 3 times per week. Almost every time I go there about 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So it's about 2 hours. So when I hit the ball in the cage, it blow out a lot of mental stress and tensions I had during the work hours. So that's the best effort, best sports for me, and efficiency wise, and I can do anytime. So even after work in the nighttime, I go there and I just play the game and totally sweat. It feel me very cool. So it's kind of it's good things. Another things what I really pursuing is I also very interested in supporting the orphanage in the third country. So I cannot say the name of the country, but once I retire my job in SemiQ, I may spend my talent and the resources to run a nonprofit organization for orphans. Okay. And I really try to change my tires and do something different things. That's what I like to do. Next week, weekend, I will fly out to Europe to visit customers. It is again, it is very challenging subject to balance the work and life. And we all have 24 hours only, and I don't have that much time to my family and personal life for myself as of today. But the important thing is not the amount of time you spend, but the quality of time you spend together with your
Yep.
loved ones and for yourself. So luckily, I learned that skill, and I really it's not just a task; it's a relationship. So I try to build that relationship, even the peoples in the company and with the customers, or even in my family. So I'm weak actually. I'm very task-oriented person, but that continues to strive to build up relationship is part of my work. Thank you.
So, thank you. In conclusion, my last my last question: what advice would you give to professionals aspiring to lead in the field of power electronics, in particular young people or new people entering in the wide band gap semiconductor, silicon carbide? But as you know, we have also gallium nitride like another uh, wide band gap semiconductor. So how do you foresee the future of silicon carbide power devices evolving?
I think the future of silicon carbide power device is really bright and exciting, with a lot of challenges and dynamics in the market and also innovations. But as engineers, first of all, we need to enjoy when you ride this type of roller coaster of this industry. I see that so much dynamics, even the last 6 months in the globally in silicon carbide. It is a fast growing, but there is so much dynamics in overall industry, including the huge investment in Asia, including China, and they are chasing the tails of major suppliers, vendors like even SemiQ. But on the other side, the silicon carbide power devices are still very early infant stage. So most of the silicon carbide device vendors offers their generation 3 devices
Mm.
compared to silicon IGBT, generation 7 and the generation 8. And silicon carbide also just use 150 millimeter wafers compared to silicon is already moved to 200, 300 millimeter wafers. And silicon carbide of device application area, I believe will continue to grow, not just in the automotive market, because now all the people saying for next 35 years, automotive market become like
Mhm.
almost 70, 80%, even 70, 80% of overall silicon carbide market. But I believe not just the automotive, energy storage, renewable energy, and high power. So it's a silicon carbide migration path is a high power, high voltage, high efficiency system is it's kind of blue oceans. It's really open to the everyone to dedicate and to challenging this market and this technology.
Mhm.
So I cannot imagine what going to be the future, but I really encourage to younger people will involve in the wide bandgap device physics, device design, process development, and their application more and more. Because even we trying to hire the engineers, it's a rarely find out the silicon carbide device engineers or application engineer. And nowadays, so I really encourage whoever in this world in this field, especially the power electronics field and the power device field. I encourage more the young engineers is dedicate for their career path for the silicon carbide. Yeah. As I mentioned, I cannot imagine the future of a silicon carbide power device, but we are facing, by myself, is facing the new challenging every day and every moment. So it's part of the excitement of life, I believe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Timothy. So thanks a lot for joining us at the Wind Down Friday. I will see you in a few weeks at APEC in Long Beach. I wish you a nice weekend and see you next. Thank you.
Thank you very much.